now tuned into the greatest.
Boom. Okay, here we go.
Watch Alton Brown.
Yeah. Watch Alton Brown with his wife Elizabeth. Great example of professional chef, at least celeb chef, who does a great home chef. Okay, this is a good point. Hey, listen, Alton Brown is not a professional chef. He's a home cook. And he even says it. He is not a professional chef. But
like, doesn't he own like a restaurant?
I think
like
so.
he's like the honcho of it.
I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we should fact check it, but I'm pretty sure that he is a home. I used to watch Alton Brown all the time.
Yo, yeah. Alton's my favorite, dude.
Yeah, I used to love how he used to
him and Ina.
Yeah,
those are my people.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, you know, I think what's really important is what I meant by this video is, you know, I was pretty much referring to myself, but I actually know a lot of high-level chefs that really don't know how to cook at home, right? Like, or get frustrated like I would when, you know, you're trying to execute for like 4 people, you know, in a small environment, different environment, so to speak. But it's crazy because, like, you know, I really respect the fact that some home cooks that actually create content on the internet, they do such a great job with the filming and the editing.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, they're like, you know, they do a really good job. Look, good example. Look at Cedric. I forgot what his name is, but his @ is, let me see here. His @ is Cedric with a K.
Cedric with a K.
Yep.
Okay.
And so CEDRI.
Just Cedric.
Yeah. His last name is Lorenzen.
Okay. Cedric Lorenzen.
Yeah.
Got it.
And look, look at his he looks like a professional chef, man. If you put it up on the screen, I'm telling you. And he does like desserts, but it's like all thirst trap music. Yeah, look at it. Bro, I mean, look at this. He's not a chef, man. He's home. Look at this.
I mean,
come on, bro. Like, he does such a good job. So if people
that's pretty pro right there.
Yeah, people that are listening, we're talking about Cedric, who we just became friends, and because honestly, I love his work, man, and I want to duet a couple of his videos. And it's such a thirst trap, but at the same time, so it's really amazing how, like, you know, cooking at home is becoming, like, you know, dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a thing, dude. For real.
Yeah. You know what we should do?
I don't follow too many like baking people. You know, I follow a lot of like regular savory chefs, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you know, it's funny because, like, I gotta stop spending time scrolling on TikTok, man. Like,
no, I'm with you.
You know, I have a rule with myself, but like on my days off, man, it's really difficult for me not to just like relax and chill and scroll. And like, I'll tell you what, man, it is such a waste of time. I like being productive and I like being like using my time efficiently. And I find myself like too much like scrolling. So now I'm gonna put the limit on TikTok, because sometimes, like, I want, like, the reason why I look at TikTok is not only to be entertained, but it's also to see what the new trends are and see what people are doing, you know. But I think, man, dude, you open it up, you're like, all right, I'll be on it for 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden 3 hours later, like, it just takes you down the rabbit hole, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been stopping it myself because, like, well, obviously I'm a lot busier now, right, with the whole shebang of the restaurant. But like before, I would definitely endlessly just keep on. Oh, that's kind of cool, whatever. Yeah. However, I do limit like maybe 20 minutes in the morning. The cool thing is now, because I'm following like I guess foodie people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of that stuff come up, so I see them stuff and I tag them like, yo, I mean, you guys talk about whatever bomb food, you should try out my ramen. So that's like the plug ish. Well, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'll tell you what, KC, I'm so excited about this new thing I'm working on. Don't worry, everybody. I'm gonna break the news pretty soon here. So you heard it here first.
Just
don't worry.
Slow and steady.
Chef authorized.
Slow and steady, you know.
But I'll tell you what, yo. I'll tell you what, man. I am super proud about this. About releasing the Chef Authorized Studio on YouTube. So I've got 5 episodes dialed in. You know, 5 long episodes dialed in. Took me a couple weeks to get, but I can't wait to roll this out. It's gonna be great, man. It's super basic, but I think it's really important for me to know so I can. So basically, for everybody that's out there, I'm starting I know which way I want to take my YouTube, and it's really like I want to do basic. Like school, like culinary school. But basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the CIA book, the Professional Chef, the 9th edition, and I'm kind of giving my opinion and also reading straight from the book and picking out the things that I think are important to apply to a chef career, right? Like nobody's reading that 1,000-page book, man. But I think what's really important is somebody like me taking snippets out, all the cliff notes, and explaining it, that can translate to the up and coming chef and also the home cook. Because for me, what I realize is the problem that I'm having is every time I do an advanced technique, watch, I guarantee you, you'll see it. I'm posting a Granda video today on a modern take on fish and chips. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably my favorite video so far that I've done with Granda.
Oh yeah.
It was so delicious, man. It was so delicious, dude. It was freaking so delicious, man. I wish I could send the video, but I gotta wait for Granda to post it. But anyway, it's a modern take on this fish and chip. And I gotta be honest, he made this probably, I think he's in Europe somewhere, right? Look, the products and the ingredients are different all around the world, right? And I think what the biggest problem is, and I'm sure you can agree with this, is when people are making recipes at home, they follow it to the T. But here's a good example. Sometimes it doesn't translate. And I think the difference between me and a home cook is I can troubleshoot it like that, right?
In a second, correct. Yeah, because the experience.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. A little bit less water, or okay, hey, I need another starch here, or hey, okay, this potato's not going to work. Like, I think that's really important, and that's what I want to get at. Let me teach you how to troubleshoot. But like, I gotta be honest. Like, I was making this video yesterday, and I'm like, it's crazy because like I know it might seem like I'm talking like blender identification, right? Like small equipment, like Casey. I can't tell you, dude. I learned the hard way, man. When I walked into a restaurant, I didn't know what a buffalo chopper was. I didn't know what a food processor was. And here's the thing: if you have somebody walk in your kitchen that doesn't know what a food processor is, you'd be like, oh, damn, you're new. Well, like what I want to do is avoid that embarrassment. Like, here, this is a food processor. This is what it uses for. Like, here's my golden rule. Like, when you use it, you clean that motherfucker and you sanitize it. Okay. And you put everything back where it needs to go. Okay. How many times in the kitchen you go to use the food processor and the blade's missing? Bitch, I swear to God, that shit. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, as a chef, that shit.
I do.
The edge,
then after like 80 hours, you're like, why is it not spinning? And you're like, oh shit, there's no blade.
Yo,
there's no blade in it.
Yeah, and it's like that's common in the kitchen. So like for me, like I don't expect it to be scrubbed every single time, but like if you use the blender, right, make sure the dish, the porter or the dishwasher knows exactly where it goes, right, back. Where it goes. And make sure you sanitize the machine. You don't have to scrub it, just wipe it down so there's no food product on it. Because how many times you walked in restaurants and you see like the small machines are just gross, bro? Like,
or like the mixing bowl has like shit on. Oh my God, that pisses me the hell off.
And man, if you put a deli cup away wet, I'm fucking you up. If you put it away wet, I'm fucking you up. I'm fucking you up.
Yeah, 100%. It takes like 2 seconds. Like, just do this. And then put like, my goodness.
What's funny? I'm not going to say the restaurant, but I worked at a restaurant. It was a hotel. And so it was very difficult to, because obviously you have 3 or 4 dishwashers and, they're trying to wash all the china, all the silver, all the glass and the kitchen equipment. And now I'll tell you what, next restaurant I open, I'm so sorry, but I am not washing china and silver. And I'm not washing the kitchen equipment with the fucking china. I'm going to have a separate machine, man.
Yeah, it should be separate. 100%. It should be separate because like it's a different, well, not really temperature, but like
no.
You don't want the same harsh chemicals on the other one.
Yeah, no.
The grease too.
The grease, the fucking food. Like, there's a difference between food that's already prepared and food that is not, I don't want to say raw, but like greasy saute pans and shit and oily fucking half sheet pans, bro. Listen, let's be honest. The 3-compartment sink is meant for these items. Guess what, man? Just as well as I know. The dishwasher, you can't expect him to
this is gonna put
wash everything, bro.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is what I realize is like, the thing is it's better just to invest and have a separate machine for glass and china, or just glass and silver, or glass, china, silver in one machine, and then kitchen equipment through the other. But like, now I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a top loader, and then on the bottom we'll have a little door underneath loader because. And I'm getting off the subject, but what I'm saying is I started at this restaurant. I started this restaurant, and I remember like how they used to just treat the kitchen equipment. They would just fucking throw it all in a big Lexan, and there'd be like,
just throw everything in.
An inch of water in the bottom, bro. Inch of water, right? And then they would just they would just like, go around and put everything away wet. But the problem that I have is that when you're carrying that container with all those wet ingredients, right, or all those wet, tools and pieces, you're dripping water everywhere, right? When you pull it out, there's dripping water. Like, dude, it was just so much. So I put a Metro rack back there, and I'm like, listen, kitchen equipment right here. You put everything right here, organized. You know what I'm saying? Deli cups right here, air dry, totally fine. I don't mind. But like once I created that system, it was so hard to keep that standard, right? Like everybody wants to revert back to the way they used to do things,
Of course, because it's easier. It's what they're used to, blah, blah.
Dog. And then when I went to go, nobody thinks to clean the machines, the small machines. And like, bro, I'm telling you, there was like 4 or 5 years of junk on some of these machines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, gross, man. And I'm just like,
listen, nobody even like de-limed it or anything?
Well, no, I'm talking about the small machines, like so blender, RoboCoupe,
blender, got it.
On the rack where it was like the pasta machine, like, dude, I'm like, no, this is fucking gross, man. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm like, here's the thing, you have to act like you're cooking for your family, for your kids, like you're putting like when I'm like a good example is like I brought some pineapple home for my kid the other day. And it's like, okay, I need to make sure this is not too big so where you can chew it. You know what I mean? Like I'm making sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go use a knife that I cut chicken to go cut the pineapple with. Right.
Of course.
But that's how I'm with like, kitchen dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, like, after it takes a team. It can't just be one person doing it. It takes a team, man. Everybody, you have to respect the equipment, man. But like, I can't tell you how many times I went to go pick up a blender and there's like, remnants of smoothie and remnants of puree and like the biggest one was the food mill.
That's gross.
Talking about the food mill. Oh, the food mill. I swear to God, man, I used to get so anal about that.
Mashed potatoes underneath, just kind of caked over. They didn't pay attention to it.
I used to tell everybody, like, listen, if you don't take the time to explain to the dishwasher how to clean it properly when you drop it off, it's going to be your fault. Like, dude, I used to spread the love, man. Spread the love. Like, hey, yo, did you just make that? You just made mashed potatoes? Okay, cool. Check this. I'd be like, hey, clean, man, it's crazy. But I think that's important. So,
well, at least you're teaching,
Yeah. Going back to, this YouTube series, I think what's really important is teaching the basics, man, the basics, hey, what is the difference between a New York strip and a filet mignon? A lot of people don't know, man. And that's okay. And I think what's really important is kind of like putting the diagram. Hey, we're not going to talk about all the primals. We're not going to talk about lamb, deer. Here, this is beef. This is what you need to know. Boom. And we're moving on, right? You get the highlight and you move on, right? I think that's really important to me. So that way, good example is like when I'm going to, make a steak video and somebody asks, what cut is that? I can just refer back to YouTube. Here, go watch this video, right? And it shows exactly how to, what the cut is and stuff like that.
So your question is, this is your other video. What do chefs eat? Now, I wanted to answer this question because at home, I'm an avid rice and chicken guy. Literally, I have pre-done rice, and I have frozen chicken from BJ's that I just reheat all day, every day. Like almost every night. Brandon, I'll eat chicken and rice. Yeah, every night. Me too. And a little bit of egg on top of it. That's it. That's I don't want to cook when I'm at the house. Yeah. I'm sure you feel the same way because like we're putting in like what 60, 70 hours fucking a week. Like I don't want to cook, bro.
Yeah. And it's hard for me to create content sometimes because I just want to relax. I don't want to freaking cook and prep it. But you know what? I gotta be honest, man. Like I have to stay sharp. You know what I'm saying? You know how like, and I'm sure you can probably feel this. It's like, when you cook for such a long time, you feel like you're kind of out of the know of like what the current trends are. And like, I don't know, man, it's really important for me to sharpen my technique. You know what I'm saying? Make something that's out of the ordinary. But like, when I'm cooking for myself, man, it's super basic, man. And it's crazy because I just recently got these noodles, man. They're protein noodles and they're pretty good, man. Yeah, my son wanted the packaging. Okay. The packaging is amazing. I got it from Costco. He had to have them, and he doesn't like it, right? So I have this 30 pack of noodles that I got to hammer through. But each serving is 10 grams of protein, so they're really it's perfect for me. Actually.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I got to be honest, man. I look for something that's super easy and efficient, right? Like. I think that's what's really important for me is cooking at the house, and I keep it super basic too, because like, I don't know, once you hit a certain age, you tend to eat more things that settle well with your stomach and that you don't want to, you know what I'm talking about? Like, dude, listen.
Yeah, I don't mess with you. No, I know.
Yeah, it's like, when you get a little older, man, it's like certain things that you just kind of like stray away from, and one of them for me is like raw garlic and onions. Like I used to love eating raw garlics and onions, but like now it's like I
Can't do it
choose.
anymore. Your stomach hurts.
No, it's not that my stomach hurts, but it's just like it gives me indigestion, and it's like sometimes I just avoid it.
Ah,
I just avoid it so I'm not like, burping up all day, you know what I mean? Or like, or I have bad breath or whatever. But it's funny how like chefs eat at the restaurant because, bro, we barely sit down to eat a meal. Like, think about it.
yeah. We're standing up and eating.
Yeah,
Like as we go, pretty much.
yeah, and if we do, it's like quick, like on a
5 minutes,
freaking,
not even.
yeah, it's like quick on a freaking on a milk crate, like chowing it down like behind the line. But yeah, that's funny. Yo, let's talk about your ramen get up though, man. Let's, dude, how awesome
Yo,
does it feel, man? I'm secretly jealous.
I know how I feel. Like, bro, Brandon, did I tell you how much I made the other day? That last
$500?
Monday?
$500?
$700. That was the most worthy $700 I've ever made. Like I was busy. Brandon, at one point I had I think 7 tickets open, and I was just like, I took it all and I'm like, okay, I need 11 bowls, 2 rice bowls, 3 sides.
Yeah.
Put it all together, literally fixed it all up.
Yeah.
And then as it was happening, I see people coming in. I'm like literally just in the zone. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, damn. Now, if I got like maybe 10 tickets, I'd be overwhelmed. So I think personally for me, I think seven was pretty much max.
Yeah.
And
all came at once?
And here I am thinking all came in at once. Literally, all of a sudden I heard ting, 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 ting on the ticket. I'm like, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah, but
I only have 4 baskets,
Yeah, but that's okay, man. Listen, to put up a bowl of ramen, what does it take? It takes about 3 minutes, right?
About a minute and a half, yeah. And then you got to package it. So total like maybe like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
You
should have your wife come package for you. Or have somebody come package.
Should.
Because like I remember
Yeah, that was
where
definitely working.
Oh yeah. She's out there, she's making the real money then.
Yeah, she's making the real money. I'm barely making anything right now.
Because I remember when my brother, when we opened the cloud kitchen, he he was having a tough time. Like it had to be one person cooking and then one person packaging. Because
packaging, yeah.
Believe it or not, like what people don't realize is actually putting it to go is an extra step. It is a lot of extra steps, dude. It's a lot of extra steps, man. You got to get the container, you got to put it in the bag, you got to put the silverware, drinks, add on all that stuff. But what I'm really curious to see is like how, because are you only open Monday or are you Sunday too?
So just Monday right now. I can only handle the Monday by myself. I think any more than that, I'd be way overhead. Too much on my end. So now just for Mondays, slowly and steadily though. Like, bro, I think if I can top out at 40 bowls. So Brandon, here I prepped for 20 bowls last Monday. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I think it should be okay because the week prior I did like 18 bowls. I'm like, I'll prep a little extra. I'll do like 20, 23 bowls maybe. Bro, as soon as I opened my my KDS that morning, I had like 3 pre-orders already. I'm like, that's 3 done. So that was like 6 bowls. I'm like, I'm gonna prep like extra. So I prepped up to 30 that day, and I ran out by like literally like 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm like, I'm gonna run out.
Yeah.
With the extra stuff. I made extra eggs.
That's good, bro.
Oh, it was bananas. So I'm like, damn it. Like, how do I?
And how long does it take? How long does it take you to prepare to prep? So you got the pork, you have the noodles come, you got ready to go. So you need.
So here, so I go in Sunday around 9 o'clock. Specifically, like, so I don't have any more pork. I don't have any more broth. So, or rather, I should say, I saved the mother stock. The pork takes 4 hours. The broth takes 4 hours. So I'm gonna get there Sunday, 9 o'clock. Literally everything will be just stewing. So in a span of 2 hours, I can get all the veggies and all the sauces done. Yeah. And then I'm waiting for the broth and the pork to finish. Obviously, it still needs to cool. And then the next morning, Monday, I get in like around 10, portion all the pork. Yeah. Will take me, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever. All the setups all ready. So in total, I want to say like 8 hours total just for prep time on both days. And then I'm live, Monday.
You could definitely start training somebody for sure.
Yeah. It's
gonna be hard for you to let go. But
trust me, I know,
dude. I'm telling you, once you get to a certain amount of revenue, man, you'll need it. Because you're gonna start maxing out as one person. But that's good, dude. That's amazing, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's a different type. It's a different type of work. You know what I mean?
Different
Like
type of
you
work.
have a
Like I
different
really
mindset.
feel for this.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
you have a different mindset. You're like, dude, I'm gonna make this happen. Like this is
Yeah.
ain't no
Yeah,
going
yeah,
down from
yeah.
here. That's the best part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, I'm also like, if it's their first time, I'm giving them like an extra egg or some shit,
Yeah,
or like if it is like a smaller piece of pork, I'll comp that out.
yeah.
But
Always. You
it's
should,
been going well.
bro. You should definitely have a freebie in the bunch, man. You should have something that's low hanging fruit, whether it's like a side of vegetable or
Yeah,
something that shows value. I think that's always a
yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah.
I think that's always a good touch, man.
hmm Like even just the egg. Like so I don't cut it, Brandon. Like I serve them whole, so that way when they get to whatever they eat it,
Yeah,
they get to have the experience of cutting it,
yeah.
and I know for a fact that shit's gonna be money no matter what. It's just, they open it, it's like, oh my god, it's jammy. Nah, nah, nah.
Yeah.
That's like I've been tagged like quite a few. I don't know how to handle all this social stuff going on right now.
No,
It's a lot.
keep it riding, bro. Keep it riding. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
keep it
yeah. No,
riding.
I'm keeping riding,
Grow it slowly.
keeping it riding.
I think the biggest benefit is like, dude, you are able to cook in this restaurant without any rent. That's amazing.
Overhead, yeah, without any
That's
overhead.
amazing. Because that pressure is freaking real, my G. That
Yeah,
pressure is
I know.
absolutely real, man. That pressure is so real.
I'm gonna
You know
prep for
what?
35.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it, bro.
I think
Until
we'll
sold
see.
out, and then you should build the hype throughout the week. Like post on your
Yeah.
social.
I tried doing the TikTok ads, but like I can't use trending sounds. That's the only thing. I don't know if you knew, like if you switch your TikTok to a business account,
Yeah,
all the sounds get limited. Like 90%. You can't use almost anything. So
yeah,
you just have to use whatever is licensed for commercial use,
sure.
which is fine. But I was just like, ah, damn it. I kind of want to go back the other way.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
people will see it, etc. But I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. Do you have a Tanami TikTok, or do you just using your personal?
I'm just using my personal, yeah, for now.
Yeah, yeah. I
But I
feel you
do
on that.
have a personal, actually its own like Instagram page. So that's
Perfect.
it reverts back to that kind of a thing. That's
Yeah.
how I'm
Okay.
keeping up.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Yeah, I want to wear your shirt in a video one of these days. I'll hook you up, bro. Yeah,
Thanks.
dude. The merch is
All
dope,
right,
man.
I
I'm
got.
telling you, man.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
merch
Thank you.
is
Thank
dope,
you.
dude.
That was my first T-shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
I designed that a long time ago, but I
Nice.
didn't think of anything like it was gonna be tied into my ramen shop. I was just like, yeah, whatever. It looks
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I know, man. That's what there's like three top things that everybody asks me for. One is merch, one is a knife, which knives I use, and then also the next one is like pans, like kitchen equipment. But I want to start this deal with this Spanish company that's called Lucar, Lucar, or shoot, I forgot what it's
Okay.
called. Let me see. La Cour Home. Have you heard of them?
La Cour Home? No, never heard
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Like
it.
an equipment company?
Yep, it comes out of Spain. Really good, really good. So anyway, so I want to try them because we're I'm looking for somebody to partner with, but I want to see how their pans match up. You know what I mean? I mean, you never know until you actually use it, right? Like you never know.
Yeah, that's correct. Carbon seal looks nice. I'm a
Yeah,
sucker for all clads.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my favorite thing ever.
I know, but I think
Cool, man.
I would argue that I think all clads are a little bit overpriced nowadays compared to
Very overpriced.
their competitors, and it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you are in a professional restaurant, I completely understand that saute pan is being used and banged, 7
All day.
to 50
Yeah.
times a day, right? But if you're at
All
home,
day.
do you really need an all clad pan? I'll be honest, my all clads they're just like warriors, right? But at the same time, it's like I also have made in. I also have,
Mhm.
I have a ton of different pans, and like the thing is for the best price, like if anybody's out there and you want the best price that's gonna freaking last forever, then cast iron, right? But you have to
Yeah,
take care
cast
of it.
iron's best.
And it's freaking heavy, man. Like, dude, I
Yeah.
love using cast iron, but my wife doesn't even touch those things, man. She don't even waste time. She don't even waste 1 second touching cast iron ever.
Too
because
heavy.
it's too heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. Too
And so
heavy, too ridiculous to clean.
Well, I would say too ridiculous to maintain is the word.
Maintain
because,
it. That's what I meant. To maintain. Yeah, not clean.
Yeah, and you know
Well,
what? Like,
you can still clean it.
yeah, the thing is like I don't know about everybody else, man, but I clean it and wash it like a regular saute pan, and then just make sure it's
Mhm.
dry after. Like,
Yeah.
dude, the
And
people
then you
that
get
like,
reseasoned. Same shit, dude.
dude, I'm telling you, man, people take it too seriously, man, too seriously,
Mhm.
dude. And then like the one thing is there's this pizza restaurant in Chicago that we went to, and they have not washed their pans since the 70s. So
Wow.
they're the pans they bake the pizza in, right? And because
Mhm.
I was like, man, this crust is crazy, right? Like, and it's
Yeah.
funny because like I was like, hey, I just want to know about like a little bit more about the pizza pans. And
Yeah.
he showed me, and this thing was caked, like
Like on the
caked on,
bottom, yes, stuff on it.
bro. Yeah, it was a steel pan. It was really caked on, but the dough slides right out, like, bro, it's like part of
Yeah.
the pan. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. It's
I'm not
part of
gonna
the
lie,
flavor now.
it didn't taste gross. Like nothing was gross. It was just like the crust was thick and it had a different like texture. I was like, damn, how the hell did they get this? I'm like, hey, what kind of pan you guys use? And he's like, oh man, these pans are great. And then he showed me, and I was like, this was when I was working at this is when I was working at Alinea at the time. So every single pan
Mm.
didn't have one brown speck, right?
Oh, of
But
course.
I saw these, and I was just like, damn, bro, these need to be washed, man. And I was like, and it was funny because I was like, damn, it's like, so do you guys ever wash these, or they just stay, you just he's like, no, that's the seasoning. That's how we use it. This is the purpose. And I'm like, damn. I mean, Casey, we're talking about like this thick of black shit. Like,
Nice.
because it's from the oil from the pizza dough that goes in the pan, and then it just gets caked
Keeps
on and
baking
burnt
in.
off. Yeah, and then just that process repeats itself. But they only have like 10 of them, so they just pump out these pizzas all day long. Like
Mhm.
I forgot what the restaurant was called. It's called Pequod's. I'm not sure. I've totally forgot.
Okay.
To be honest.
I'm not too big on pizza because lactose. My stomach just can't handle lactose, man. Yo,
Dude,
I had a Parmesan shard yesterday. Brandon, like that is like a sliver, not even. As soon as I
even
got
hard
home,
cheese,
I was I can't do it.
even hard cheese.
I
Damn,
couldn't do it. Like I got home, my stomach was just about to like burst. I was just like, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
damn,
Cannot do
dude, that's
it.
crazy, dude. I can handle hard
Yeah,
cheese, but not soft cheese.
I
Yeah,
can't do
man.
it.
You know what? It's so funny, man.
No dairy whatsoever.
I stay away from dairy, man. I can't do dairy either. If I'm going to, then I'm gonna suffer with ice cream. Ice cream. I love ice
Yeah.
cream.
Ice cream I
But
do. I
but
take a lactate pill. That's
yeah,
fine. But
yeah.
I can't do hard cheese. I can't do any any dairy whatsoever.
I can do raw dairy. I can do raw dairy. For some reason, raw dairy doesn't hurt me. Kefir
Okay.
and like raw milk. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, man. The Halo Top ice cream doesn't affect me one bit, dude. Barely. And
Really?
I think it's just because it's a small amount and it's also skim milk. But like, dude, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just the lactate percentages, I guess. It's just my stomach just cannot for the life of me.
Yeah, so
Cannot
all y'all
handle
young
cheese.
bucks out there, wait until you get a little bit older. Wait until you hit your mid-30s. Let me tell you.
Just
Let me
wait.
tell you.
Just wait, bro. Oh my
Getting
goodness.
up out of bed is a little hits different. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I see my little 3-year-old jump out of the bed, like literally do a front flip out of the bed. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
God damn, dude, I can't even get up that fast, bro. Like, dude, it's
Not
crazy,
anymore,
man.
right? Hey, so I got a question on your black ash technique, right? So this is a
Yeah.
technique we call it a high end technique because you really need to understand how to not mask the flavor, but like combine the flavor so you're not just tasting fucking
Yeah.
charcoal,
Do
right?
you wanna play
And
the
it,
video? You should play the video for the people.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll play the video. Give me a sec.
And then let's
So
talk
this
about
is
it.
on Brandon's channel.
For this sauce. I know it's controversial and some people will think it's burnt, but I've done this technique before and it was in a 3 Michelin star restaurant. And the thing is like, you have to be a trained professional to pull this off. This is an ash sauce. I know exactly what he's doing. It's going to have a flavor profile of the spices and the vegetables that he uses, but it's a common technique in fine dining to change the color of a sauce. And believe me, when I tell you, it doesn't taste like it looks. And I think this technique is really awesome. They have a lot of cool techniques on the Granda app. You should go check it out. I'm going to tag them below. It's so worth it. I mean, look how cool.
Look at that.
And
Just
trust me, it doesn't
pitch
burn.
black.
Chef Hop.
Yeah.
Just pitch black.
So for everybody that is listening and can't see the video, basically I'm duetting a video that it was basically an ash sauce, and it's a pitch black sauce, and basically he is
Yeah.
scorching some of the ingredients to add to the sauce. But if you notice, he's also adding spices that are toasted. He's also adding
Spices.
garlic. That's he's also adding a stock. He's adding a few other ingredients to help complement this. So basically the ash is just being used to color the sauce, but it's so dope looking, right? And I don't think people understand, but like when you completely incinerate something, like it really has no flavor, right? Like
Correct.
you,
It's
you
just flat, like
yeah, it's
nothing.
exactly like I did it with peppers. So basically with we did the difference between okay, so I'll tell you exactly. We were trying to make a sauce for a banquet, right? But like it just didn't make
Okay.
sense. It didn't make sense to have, we needed 100 portions of sauce, 100 2-ounce portions, right? So then 2 ounce times
Okay.
100 is 200 ounces, and then so we needed 2 gallons of sauce. Bottom
Yeah.
line,
Correct.
to take that amount of Scotch bonnet and pick them and peel them. And so we did the difference. We grabbed orange bell pepper, right?
Okay.
and
Got it.
and just added, so we took a percentage of habanero and then the rest orange bell pepper, because it's easier to take fucking 12 bell peppers, you know what I'm saying, and completely incinerate them, and then just take one or two
Hmm.
habaneros and completely incinerate them, instead of picking the
Yeah.
stem on all those
All
freaking.
habaneros.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know.
exactly, right? So it's like we did the taste difference, and I'm telling you, once you get to that vegetable ash color, you're not, it doesn't taste like too much like the vegetable. There might be a hint of it, but nothing crazy. But yeah, I think and I just recently duetted another video because it's controversial, and I think people get bent out of shape, because especially, man, I hate to say it, but especially my American people, I'm a proud American, but sometimes we're just ignorant to any other techniques, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then it's like it's vice versa, man. It goes the other way with, like, I'm not gonna lie, French chefs, European chefs, they're the same way about
Yeah.
American chefs, right? They,
Hmm.
they kind of think
Same
some of the stuff we
mentality. We all trash each other. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's kind of silly, man, to be honest. I think, we should all, like, be open-minded. Now, I will admit this technique is not new, right? They were doing this in Mexico a long time ago,
Ages.
man. Like,
Long time ago. Yeah.
yeah, but I just think
This
some
is the
people are
base
just
for mole. Like people just don't get it, man.
yeah. Yeah, 100%, man. It's like, dude, but I will argue that you need to be a trained professional to pull it off correctly, right? Like,
Yeah.
trust me, I've had
Yeah.
a cook make a black sauce before, and like, dude, it was so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
My guy used way too much of the ash, man. And so, like, basically when I
Mm.
went to go take a bite, the texture was off. He didn't pass it. He
Yeah.
didn't strain it.
Hmm.
And in like, you could taste it. It tasted like an ashtray, like ashes in an ashtray. It was gross, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the difference too. So, like, here's the question, right? We're from Smurf. Aaron is his name. Chef, my concerns is about health rather than the flavor. I do
Yeah.
believe that professionals can pull it off, but doesn't it burning makes it carcinogenic?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, so does
Mhm.
grilled hamburgers. So does grilled food. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Like, listen, man,
Or
I'm not gonna lie.
barbecue, like
Yo,
literally everything that's has a
everything that
color on it.
yes, 100%. And guess what? You can walk down the street and get cancer. You know what I'm saying? You can listen, it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I try to tell people all the time, like, you are in charge of your own body. I can't tell you what to eat and what not to eat, but I'll tell you what, man, I am not going to live my life scared of, having barbecued food. I love barbecue food, but I'll be honest,
Mhm.
one of my clients, he does not, he zero grilled foods. If there's a flame touching it, he
Oh
doesn't want
yeah.
it. Does not want it. He,
Wow.
he wants it in a saute pan only. And guess what? He doesn't like things cooked in any type of oil. It has to be olive oil only.
Hmm.
And I don't like cooking olive oil, but guess what? It's not my
Yeah,
decision.
because
And
correct.
and it's like,
Yeah.
listen, okay, hey, I don't care what anybody says, like, oh, you're gonna mess up the high heat. Listen, I get you, I understand, but sometimes when you're not cooking for yourself, you don't have a say in how people want their food cooked. Bottom line.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, now I have been so much more susceptible to cooking things in olive oil just because that's the way I do it for him. So I'm like, okay, all right, well, I'll do it. Yeah.
Canola all the way here. I love canola.
I mean,
I think
listen,
it's just because of the neutral flavor,
I
and
mean,
like there's a hint of sweet, I guess, in my taste.
dude, listen,
I like it a lot more than anything.
I prefer safflower or sunflower oil. I
Safflower
mean,
is
listen,
nice. A little
I
too
know,
pricey for my end, but yes.
yeah, I know it's pricey, and I know, like, a lot of people will disagree, but like sometimes the avocado oil just doesn't do it for me, right? Like,
Mm,
it just doesn't. It's just like, yeah, I remember the first time I had blood sausage, like, it was so good, man, and like I was just like, oh, this is
I
different.
love
This
blood
is different.
sausage, man.
This is different. And then and then I watched one of my chefs make it, and I was like, this is fucking disgusting. Ew, like, gross.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? It's like, you have to. there's so many things that us Americans, we don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate because we're not
Yeah.
open-minded, you know, and like the thing is like, you know, God forbid you post a, you know, a recipe online and then you have, you know, the comment section chefs that just like come and eat you alive. And I feel bad for some of these young cooks because, man, when I was a young cook, man, I used to take things so personally, bro. You
Oh,
know,
of course. Of course.
and like now I could care less, man. You ain't paying my bills, so like it doesn't really matter to me. Like like some of these comments be, you know, absolutely ridiculous, but it's funny because like I can deal with it. Like you can deal with it too, right? Like we can both deal with them.
Yeah.
But for some of these young cooks
It's just
that
like whatever.
who are just trying to be adventurous, trying to cook some different types of things, man, they can't take the criticism, man. You know, I think a lot of the young cooks,
Yeah.
you know, probably feel the same way. They work so hard to like create a dish, put it on the internet, and then they get blasted, you know. Some of
Yeah. I
some of
guess
the
it's the skin too, you know? I don't
yeah.
know. Like
Well,
it never really bothered me at all. Like at
yeah,
all. In any
no,
of
no.
my
Are you kidding me?
on any of my
No,
journey, I don't think.
you can't hurt my feelings, bro. I shit on myself harder than anybody,
Yeah.
right? Listen, keep it
Exactly.
real. Yeah, listen, but you know what's crazy is like, man, I have to be honest, like what a lot of people don't realize is some of these videos are just strictly editing. They're editing for the shot. You know, I do that too. Sometimes like I'll fuck something up and I'll just shoot the shot, right? I'll mess something up and I won't put it in the video, right? It's very
Yeah.
difficult to critique somebody on a 30-second video. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you didn't add salt. Yeah, bitch, I'm not gonna fucking film it every single time. But yes, I did add salt. Thank you very much. Move on.
Or
Like,
you flame the pan. That's my favorite because on my it went viral by the way. My second time I posted the black garlic video.
oh,
I redid it like brand new. I did some things to like trigger people, and one of them
yeah,
was flaming the pan.
yeah,
With the amount of comments I can get that I get from rookie mistake, we don't do that. You get flamed. I'm like, bro, come on
yeah.
now,
But listen,
come
sometimes
on, bro.
like sometimes it's worth it. Like if you know to trigger people because then it makes them comment. Like, and I hate to say it, but I've done it too. I've done it too before, like loud
Yeah.
chewing or like you know, in the beginning of the video, you chew, you like that, dude.
Yeah.
It sets
Piss
off,
people
bro.
off.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm telling you right now, like when I looked at the end, I made these boiled peanuts and I was eating them off mic because they're delicious,
Ooh,
and it was really gross. The
love
way I was
boiled
eating them.
peanuts.
Ah, dude, I love them too. But you know, to eat them, you gotta like slurp the shit and like pull the
Yeah,
cream
of
out.
course.
And it's funny because I put that shit right in the beginning of the video, like you know, where I'm just like, you know, like
Yeah.
freaking, you know, I'm
Trigger the fuck out of everybody.
smacking my lips. And it's funny because yeah, I had like multiple comments like, dude, did you have to chew into the mic? Like,
He like,
oh
yes,
yes, I did. Absolutely.
closer, please.
Yeah. And it's funny how the ASMR videos freaking, you know, they're just like it's
They
crazy.
just pop off.
Yeah.
They really do. Like,
Yeah.
people really want to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
I do. One more thing. As we kind of go towards the end of the pod, I think we can reiterate what is the difference between home chef or home cook versus professional. Again, it's like it's such. I get it so many times. I know you get it so many times.
Yeah.
I know our mutuals get it so many times.
Yeah.
But give me your quick little rundown on what you're differentiating.
This is really easy. Okay. And I just want to preface this by saying the home cook and the chef, you know, they're equally respectable. Okay. Listen, they're equally respectable. All right. Straight up. And if you haven't seen my previous video, just like I said, I am a great chef. Like I am very, and sometimes it comes off in a video like, you know, kind of like, I don't know, like cocky, but it's just confidence. Like I can walk into the kitchen and, you know, I can handle shit. And I take pride in that, being competent in the kitchen. Now, the difference in my eyes between being a chef and being a home cook is the prerequisite of running a kitchen. Okay. Now, let's be honest, that's a gray area, okay? But listen, if you were at a sous chef level and you were running the line and you are expediting the tickets and you're a sous chef, you are a beginner chef to me. I'm calling you chef, right? You deserve that title if you're a sous chef. But I will play devil's advocate here. If you are in, Casey's Bar and Grill and you're a sous chef they use these titles in restaurants like this where that's not really how it goes, right? Like
it doesn't pertain. Yes.
Yeah. Like if you are a sous chef at California Pizza Kitchen, like get the fuck out of here. Okay. That's not, to me, that is more of a kitchen manager role. And listen, you're still a chef.
I love CPK.
Listen, so do I, man. I like the barbecue chicken.
Oh yeah, I was about to say the barbecue chicken.
Come on, hey. Yeah, I'm not, and like this is not me bashing on that. It's funny because the the they were the two guys that started that, or the guy that started that. They worked for Wolfgang Puck, man, and they
Oh
broke
yeah,
off and started their own
I had
shit.
no
And
idea.
dude, that's yeah, man.
Wow.
And one of the partners is still at Hotel Bel Air, the banquet chef, and I feel bad. He's like one of the original guys. But anyway, um, what I'm saying is the prerequisite to being a chef is running a kitchen. All right, that's the bottom line. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? Like, to me, if you say that you're a professional chef, like, listen, I'm going to hold you accountable, right? Like, you can look. So many people would talk the walk, talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk, right? And I've seen it so many times, like. And now I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say that, listen, just because you're a chef doesn't make you a good chef, right? Like, there's so many like plumbers out there and electricians out there that are shitty people, right? They just suck. I've seen so many chefs that just suck, but I'm not like downing them. It's just the way of the world, man. And you have also some home cooks that are just absolutely stunning. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Look, Joshua Wiseman, great example. Bro, how can you argue with his content and what he's doing? People call him a chef, but he even says, look, I'm not a chef. That title belongs to people that have earned it. Then he says in his video, man, and it's like I got so much respect for that, because he's like, no, listen, I'm a home cook and I'm a badass home cook. And he puts a stake in the ground.
Yeah.
Now, that's my 2 cents on it. And like, I think what's really important is like, don't take offense to it, anybody out there. But there are a lot of phonies out there. There are a lot of people that, they graduate culinary school, they want to start posting on the internet, they have their chef jacket on with their title
With
and
the
shit.
name.
And
Yeah.
And listen, I am not hating on them at all, but what I will say is, it only takes one catering gig or one family or somebody to hire them as a chef, and then technically they are a chef, and I can't argue that.
100%.
And listen, if you have your own meal prep company or catering company and you're actually running a kitchen with prep cooks underneath you, technically
You're a chef.
Now, did you do what it took? Like, is that the right way to be a chef? I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't have those answers, but like, I'm not going to sit here and, get your bread, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But when it comes time to teaching other people technique, or teaching other people like proper technique, how to fillet a fish, how to do this, like, dude, if you want to teach what you've learned in culinary school, okay, that's great. Hey, listen, do you, but at the end of the day, it's like, should you call yourself a chef? I don't know.
Yeah. That's where the blurred lines.
It is. It's a gray area too, man. It's like,
it's a gray area.
A cook that worked with me at Hotel Bel Air, right? He, obviously when the pandemic happened, we saw a big shift in the culinary world, right? Prep cooks becoming sous chefs, and sous chefs getting promoted from cook to freaking executive chef right away. Well, listen, he got that title. He went from cook to executive chef.
Wow.
All right. And
big jump.
This company hired him as an executive chef, and he's like, fuck, I have no idea what I'm doing. And he reached out to me. He's like, chef, can you help me navigate this? He's like, I have no idea about P&L. I don't know anything about running specials, but he's like, I'm like, dude, you can do this. I'm like, hey, you have the skill set to do this, man. You cook very good, but now it's not about cooking. It's about leading. And I was like, listen, you need to take a step back, take a deep breath, but now you're going to be held accountable. All right. So here's the thing. This is what a profit and loss statement is. And I'm showing them, hey, this is how you schedule, right? Labor is very important. You got to manage the numbers. This is your job now. And when we got off the phone, I said, all right, chef, have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Let me know if you need some help. And he's like, oh, don't call me that. I'm like, you're a chef now, man. You are a chef now. You need to act like it. You need to act like it. This company hired you with the title of executive chef. You need to fucking pony up, my guy. And ultimately what ended up happening is he decided to go work he had a Michelin level background too. Michelin level.
Of course.
He stepped back from that position and now he's a sous chef back in Los Angeles. But he did the smart thing.
That's okay.
He's like, yeah, okay, I don't want, this is not something that's like, that I can handle. And then now he's back at being a sous chef, which technically he's still a chef.
Still a chef. Yeah, I'm still a chef. But I guess once you get promoted, I think there's a lot of that in our industry too, because you're short staffed. They think that management thinks you can handle it. So they'll supersede some steps to get you along the way just to fill in the gap. per se, right? Quote unquote. But I think do your due diligence will be where it's at after. You get to see after
Yeah.
if you're up to snuff. If not, but my take on it is always, if they're looking for a chef, if you go Indeed, no matter where you are, whatever the hell it is, there's always a prerequisite. If you read it, at least managed a restaurant 3 years as sous chef, exec sous, or 2 years as executive, or 5, whatever the fuck it is. There's a prerequisite there, and that's my one take on it. That you have to have a prerequisite to this title. It's not just something that it's given to you, because that prerequisite means you can lead, you can do numbers, you can make a profit for the business that's hiring you as the chef. Yeah. So I don't know. We can go around in circles on this, but definitely a big gray area.
I know. And you know what? I see a lot of phonies on Instagram and TikTok. It's like, listen, they want to pretend like they're chefs, but what I encourage everybody to do, and this is not me hating, so please let me just start off by saying that I'm not hating. I don't drink Haterade. People can get the bag however they want. What I want you to do is ask for the credentials. That's it. You don't have to say anything else. Myself and Casey, we have both of our resumes. My portfolio is pinned to the top of my profile, because yes, I want you to ask me, hey, where did you work? Where did you train? Because bitch, I put in so much work to build my resume to what it is, and I have the skill level to back it up. But like, in all honesty, there's a blurred line with my content, because it's like I'm cooking different things all the time. You see it. It'll be something high level, and then I'm making tostadas, right? Or refried beans. Because for me, I don't want to pigeonhole myself into that fine dining Michelin level content creator, right?
Yeah.
It's just so difficult to follow up with all the questions, and like, sometimes like, it's too much for people, right? Like, wait until you see this fish and chip video I just Rhonda just posted. Is dope on IG. I loved making that, man. That's a technique I'm going to reuse, and I shouted out the chef. And can we, let's talk about this. Can we normalize sharing recipes? It's totally fine. Like,
it's totally fine.
So bent out of shape, man. Like, yo, if anybody wants to take any one of my recipes and not credit me, I don't care. You know why?
Yeah, because it's a recipe.
Dude, I didn't invent any recipes. I always gather what I know from the internet, from, and then I might put my own spin on it. But dude, nobody's claiming things here. People get so upset, like, oh, he did it first. Dude, who cares? It doesn't matter. Yeah. I enjoy making other chefs' recipes and respecting the shit out of them, right? Saying, hey, chef, this is a great recipe, right? Like, here's a good example. That black garlic video I posted, I'm sorry, the black butter
fire.
Video.
The black butter, the black butter.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell myself here. I thought it was stupid to begin with. I thought it was stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, wow. This is stupid, man. Why do people just add squidding to everything? Casey, I fucking tasted this butter, bro, and I was like, okay, this is fucking good. Yeah, and I felt bad because I was like, okay, all right, fuck. I'm like, see, that's why.
You're like, damn it.
But listen, from the outside looking in, oh, let's make black butter. Like, there's so many times where like chefs would be like, oh, let's make this compound butter. Let's make this compound butter. Oh, let's make, and I'm not gonna lie, some of them are trash. And it's like, okay, just give me a regular piece of butter. But I went into this, and listen, by browning the butter completely brings out all the umami possible. That little bit of dark soy, that black garlic. Black garlic is good by itself. You can eat it like candy.
Just by itself.
The nuttiness, and then the flaky salt on top. I ate it with a piece of bread, and I was like, you know what, this is fucking delicious. It really is. I'm like, this just is on really the butter. Good. I'm like, yeah, like you barely taste the squid ink, right? Like there's no, like I put a teaspoon, right? Yeah. And I gotta admit, I was actually floored, and I am going to use this technique in the future, right? Yeah. And my hats off to the chef, because I was one of those. Listen, I was one of those people, because Granda was like, hey, can you make this black butter? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Like, here we go. Like I can smell the comment. And I'm like, this is stupid. But then I was thinking in my head, like, usually we soften the butter and then add whatever, right? Yeah. Dude, by browning the butter, awesome. Dude, I can't even. You think it would be
nutty
greasy
component?
You think it would be greasy? No, sir. When you whip it back over ice, it comes back together. It was fucking amazing. It was really good. And it was a different level. And I was just like, okay, I know this sounds stupid, but chefs, we get excited about dumb shit.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
And
I mean, I get excited over noodles, so I don't.
Yeah, and then wait till you see the video I post today, man. I made this focaccia bread by Chef Joe Sasto. That's another. He posted his recipe, and I made his recipe, and I'm gonna credit him, but like, I don't think he would be mad if I didn't credit him. You know what I'm saying?
Of
Because
course. Yeah.
yeah, if I didn't like credit him and I just reached out and say, hey chef, I made this. This is dope. But I am, because I think the reason why I loved his focaccia was to see all the bubbles. And
The
this,
bubbles. Yeah.
this is frowned upon when you're making focaccia. You know that, right? Like
Mm.
when you make focaccia,
Oh
you
no,
don't
I
want
did
those,
not. I don't make
you
it
don't
too
want,
much, so I have no idea.
yeah. Yeah, you don't want those big bubbles when you're making focaccia. You want it to be,
Really?
small bubbles, but even. And when he made it, I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. And I love it, man. I love when you see those big bubbles, man, I don't know, they kind of
Is
turn
it
me on a little
because
bit.
of the air pockets? Is that what it
Yeah,
is? It's too
it's
much?
incorrect. Like, think if you saw a piece of sourdough bread, like an sourdough bread with huge bubbles in it, you'd be like, what the fuck? This is wrong.
Oh, I got you. I
You know
understand
what
you. I
I'm saying?
understand you.
Well,
Got it.
his focaccia is on purpose like that, right? But when I made it, I was like, dude, this is glorious, man. This is amazing. I love this. And yeah, it was
Mm.
great, man. And he has a focaccia pop-up as well, which is cool.
Oh shit! Didn't know.
Yeah.
I just like watching his. I mean, again, all of our, I want to say mutuals, right? All of the
Yeah.
chef people
His
that
plate's
we
very
follow, are the food creators, no matter
Yeah.
what level. I all admire, because I'm just like, yes, I maybe I haven't thought of it that way, or
Yeah.
maybe I can pull some kind of idea from said process that everyone's
Yeah.
kind of doing,
Yeah.
because there's
You know what
never
I
enough of it.
Yeah, you know what I got to do? I got to get back to the plating routine, plating food, you know.
Mm.
I'm losing my finesse a little bit. I'm losing my grace, by just
Whoa,
yeah, but it's
bro.
okay. I'm
You
gonna get
want
back
you
to
want to talk about plating? I play everything in circles, so
it. Yeah, it's all good.
let's not talk about plating right now. I'm just like, really? How are we gonna play this? Oh, let me guess.
Hey,
Circle,
you know
stack,
what? I
cool.
gotta admit, like, listen, all my chefs and young cooks out there, when you're creating dishes and when you're plating dishes, listen, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna give the cook the framework. I'm gonna say, hey, listen, go ahead, freestyle. But you know what? I've had so much success when I would say, hey, plate it how you want, right?
Mhm.
Because they're working the station. They're gonna be plating 6, 7, 10 of them at a time. And for
Yeah,
me as a chef, I remember putting so many damn components on a goddamn plate, and it was so ridiculous. And it's like,
yeah,
what's the point when the guest gets the plate and it's ice cold, right? Or because the components are chilled now. And
yeah.
so what I realized is, like, when you simplify that process, it makes your life a lot easier. And then always, chefs, if you're out there, when you create a dish, go in the dining room, fire it, have a cook plate it, and send it, and then eat it as you're at the table,
Mhm.
enjoying it as a guest. Very important. I think when you're tasting something in the kitchen and you're like, have the cook make it. Don't you make it and then taste it. Well, obviously for the first round, right?
For the
Instead of
first round, yeah, it's like,
yeah, but have the cook make it. This is so important. Have the cook that's going to be working the station make it, and then go out in the dining room and eat it. This is really important. It gives you a different perspective, and also get other people's point of view. Your general manager or a lead captain. It's very important
mhm.
to have other people's point of view on the dish, and then listen. Put your feelings aside when you serve that first dish in the restaurant. See if just you don't have to talk to the guest. You don't have to do anything. Just see how much they eat and what they push aside. That's it. You don't have to like
Yeah.
always check the plates when they come back. Always check the plates. But anyway,
These are gold. These are
yeah,
gold.
yeah,
I know. Okay, I'm gonna put my owner into blast. He doesn't do that. So he doesn't like. To him, he's just like, this is how it's done. I know how it tastes like. I don't need to taste all the components. I'm like, we have to taste it. It's not just. I know we're building it.
I know that
But like we
mindset.
have to. I know it's like we have to taste this. Like
Yeah,
even if we taste it right here, let me make the plate for you. Let's taste it right here.
yeah,
Let's check out the components. Let's all do it. Let's go ahead and enjoy it, and then we critique, because like if it doesn't come out to you, whatever vision that you had, I don't think it's enough. It's just like it's a one-minded kind of thing, which is, I guess, works for what he does, but like it's never it's not enough, in my opinion. It's just like it's always
yeah,
lacking, kind of.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's tough, man. That's tough too because he's your boss. That
I've
mindset,
again
that old
I will
mindset.
match energies. Yeah, I will
Yeah,
match
but
energies.
no, I know it's
So
out of your hands. It's out of your hands. I know that feeling
yeah.
so well. Like I remember, yeah, I know that feeling so
Hmm.
well, man. Anyway, I know we got to wrap it up.
Yeah. Respect the owners, obviously, right? But always put your speak up. Even though you might get shot down, it's still an idea.
Say, listen, chef, are you
put your feelings aside?
I always say, hey, chef, are you receptive to feedback? I always say that to everybody now. I say, hey, are you receptive to some feedback? And I don't say negative or positive. I said, are you receptive? Because that's important. Ask them first. If they're not, then shut the fuck up and move on with your day. It's fine. But it's very important because some people do not want feedback in that moment. They do not. And I think that's really important. And but yeah, I always say, listen, chef, we can do whatever you want, but you're gonna hear what I have to say, or else you hired the wrong person. You're gonna hear what I have to say. At the end of the day, you can make the decision, but you're gonna hear what I have to say, chef. Like, and listen, 100%. That fucked me up in my career, but you know what? It's worth it because I'm being my true self. You know?
Yeah. Because especially if like you feel against it, right? You know, you have to talk it, man.
My G, to any chef that I fucking worked with, they knew I was nipping at the heels like a puppy. You know what I'm saying? I was up in that ass, boy. And listen, I would fuck up, dog. If I burnt something, or if I, killed something, or if something was too salty, dude, I would just own up to it. I remember burning the shit out of this fucking whole roasted fish. And man, I completely
whole roasted.
Yeah. It was bad,
18 minutes right there.
I put it on the bottom. I can
just picture it in my brain.
My guy, I fucked up. I put it on the bottom of the oven, okay, on the sheet pan, and then we'll wrap it up. I put it on the bottom of the oven, okay, and it was just the salt, and on the and so I didn't do it right because I didn't do it right anyway. I turned up the oven, right, so the flame goes on the bottom, okay, and then all of a sudden I totally forgot about it. And about like 20 minutes later,
shit,
chef is like, "Hey, where's the salt baked fish?" And I'm fuck, and then I open the oven. And guess what?
What? It's smoking. It's burnt.
And then I'm looking at this, and dude, it was freaking black. Like, because the oven was past 550, man. Like, something caught, like the part.
Wow.
It was the parchment paper. Okay, I remember now. It was the parchment paper that like fucking ignited. You know what I'm saying?
It caught.
Yeah, it caught. So we had to. So basically, I had to. But look, honestly, okay, the fish was fine. But like the fish was fine on the inside, but the shit on the outside, the spices and all that. So I had to like remake the salt paste, put it on, and then we just blasted it for 5 minutes. Yeah, it worked out great. Listen, it worked out great, but man, all the chefs everybody was coming after me, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, we're on you. Now we're behind 18 minutes.
Yeah,
we fire right now. We got to talk to tables.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it was funny because I was like, man, okay, because I would antagonize the fish cook, right? I'd be like, the meat cook. I'd antagonize him. I'd be like, yo, come on, don't let me get in the window before you, bro. Don't let me get in the window. And it was funny because like I remember that time, but I was like, damn, okay. I was like, you know what? I deserve this. Everybody that's got something to say, I fucking deserve this. I just owned up to it, man. I had the dishwasher. I had the dishwashers coming over, like, dishwashers like, hey,
what's this burnt stuff on it?
Yeah. Donde lo fuego? Like, hey, where's the file? Like, okay, all right, chill out, bro.
Wow. All right, people. Nothing too crazy. We'll be back next week. Learn to speak up, if anything. Accept criticism. Put your feelings aside. But other than that, we out.